you don't need a lot to start a stream on Twitch. You can start a stream easily using what you have. And so we're going to get Jay to talk a little bit about how simple it can be to stream with a PC, a mobile phone, or a console, and how it doesn't have to be as overwhelming as it can look.
There's pre-prep that goes in before you go live that you should be thinking about. What do I want to showcase? How am I going to like present myself? And then what is available to me? For most individuals, a phone is immediately available to you. You can go live from your phone, having an IRL just chatting stream, or like, place the phone up on against a wall. I did that once while I was painting a room. That could be a start of a broadcast. It's very simple with a single button press on the phone to do so. You can also start with a laptop. I literally started with a laptop on Justin TV era. I had a beat up laptop plugged into a hacked USB device that was connected to a Super Nintendo so I could broadcast Super Mario World. There's some individuals that start with literally just their console. And some, like with the new PlayStations, you have your mic built into your controller. You could feed that through with no camera. You're literally just playing the game. I know ambassadors who started that way, where it was no cam, no overlays, just the game, but they had a personality that came through in the microphone. When I think of the greatest asset, sound on Twitch is absolutely vital when it comes to the retention of a broadcaster. When you think of watching a TV show, especially with streaming devices, if you're watching on Netflix, sometimes it can get pixelated for a moment and then it right sizes. You're willing to wait through that. But if the sound is bad, you will immediately leave. Everything can grow with time, but start with the essentials. And the essential is you having a perspective and something to share. And if you don't have that to start, you're probably not going to find an audience that attracts themselves to you. So that's what I think to start, at least, Snackless.
Absolutely. I agree. I also started streaming. Well, first I was a console streamer and I had a really old MacBook at the time from when I was in university, and it would get so hot. It would completely overheat sitting on the couch beside me. And I would play a Destiny PvP game, and then I would pick up my laptop and read the comments, and then I would put it back down beside me. Would I recommend that? No. But that's where I started. And we all started somewhere, and it's great to
We
keep that in
all
mind.
started, and I think that's something I always hear from like starting broadcasters or individuals who are trying to find their audience. Everybody starts at zero. Everybody starts at zero, and you have to figure out where's your place in the ecosystem or what tools am I going to use, and then you build over time. Now, granted, some people starting at zero may have more financial capital or connections or what have you, but we all start there, and it's okay that we start there. And each person's journey is going to be different.
It's tough when you see a lot of people, if there's a new graphics card that comes out or something cool or a new mic, and Elgato pop up green screen, and you're like, oh, I would love to have those things. It's okay to make a plan. And I would encourage you
Mhm.
to choose your priorities and make a plan. Everything doesn't have to happen at once. And know that even though sometimes it looks like everyone else has the newest best of everything, that's not necessarily the case. It is simple to get started on Twitch, and you can always use what you have and build off of that. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of audio and video, so we've touched on audio a bit, but I will let you know that audio will be the most consistently challenging part of your stream, and dare I say, annoying. It is very normal to have audio problems, and it is okay to solve them as you go. Your PC may update overnight, and you will come back, and all of a sudden, your OBS is like, you don't have a microphone. And you're like, but wait, I actually do have a microphone. And they're like, I don't see it. So you clearly don't have one. That's a normal experience for all of us. If you've ever started a stream on mute, you can put your hand in the chat. Okay.
When you're broadcasting, you have to be comfortable with the fact of something will go awry, especially if you do a Windows update. Sweet heavens, OBS completely borks out every single time. It's one of those things of you have to be comfortable to always roll with the fact of this is improv. It is live.
Yes.
It is meant to have these things, and nothing will ever be absolutely perfect. So don't worry about that, and don't be hard on yourself if it's not perfect.
Yes, it's okay. Our recommendation for audio, as you make a plan in video and you continue to grow, my number one recommendation when people come to me and they have questions about actually anything. Mostly like, how do I grow my stream? Have you watched your VOD? It will be very enlightening. It can help you understand how you sound, how you look, and give you ideas on where you can start to make improvements. And making small adjustments as you go is okay. Nothing is fixed overnight, as Jay shared.
And there was a question, what is VOD? So when we refer to VOD, and
Oh,
always catch us if we're using any sort of abbreviated terms, VOD means video on demand. So watching a video on YouTube is a VOD. Watching your replay of a broadcast would be a VOD. So when we say
yes.
VOD, that's what we mean by that.
You can also have a friend watch your VOD or have a mod watch your VOD. Those are great strategies as well. You can lean on regular community members and your moderation team to also assist you with that. Is the built in mic in a laptop acceptable, or is an actual mic a
Mm.
necessity? And the reason I choose this question is because you could actually ask that about anything. Is the lighting in my room okay, or do I need different lighting? Is this keyboard okay, or do I need a different keyboard? And so to that, I will say it is always okay to utilize what you have until you are able to do something different about that. Having
Yep.
something is better than having nothing. You heard me say that I streamed on console. My first PC was from a grungy gamer guy that I bought off of him for $200, and I had to scrub it down with Lysol. I'm not joking. I started streaming on a console, then I bought a used PC from a random dude. I wish I could tell
So
you,
Snackless gets their equipment from
like,
behind 7-Elevens. I'm not saying that's what you should choose to do, internet, but Snackless did it.
I'm just being honest, okay? And it worked out, okay? It worked, okay? And
Hey,
then,
we
oh
all
my
start
God.
somewhere. That's true.
And then my chair, I'm so sorry to tell you this. I don't want to tell you this, but I'm going to be honest with you. My chair I got for free from a dump. So,
Hey,
I it was very embarrassing,
it
and
works.
I actually hated that chair, but it worked. And then my community felt so bad for me that they crowdfunded a chair because I was like, I'm so embarrassed to be sitting on this chair. Anyway, it all worked out fine. And so the moral of this, me sharing where I my very humble beginnings, which I've never forgotten, are that you should always, to answer the question, the built-in mic in the laptop is completely acceptable, and using whatever you have to get started is completely acceptable. Make a goal, make a plan, okay? If you know that audio is the one spot that you really need to improve in, make a wish list and put it on there. Put a goal on your stream. Save up your money, make it a priority, and build as you go. It is okay to not have everything all at once. And just so you know, right now, past year, I built the most beautiful PC I've ever seen in my life. It's absolutely stunning. I'm so proud of myself. It's a huge accomplishment. You can start somewhere and get somewhere. You don't have to start with a used PC and always have that scenario. Don't feel like you're ever stuck. There's always somewhere we can go and always a way that we can grow. So,
That I drove my 98 Jeep Wrangler from Pittsburgh to Los Angeles when I decided I wanted to get into entertainment. It was beat up, but it got me there, and it got me into the ecosystem. And the same thing
mhm.
applies when it comes to PCs, broadcasting. Work with what you got, and you'll get there. And honestly, when your audience sees you going through the motions, getting the broadcast out there, getting the support, and then reassuring them like the support you're giving me is allowing me to get these upgrades. When my camera died during one of our backslash Twitch shows a few weeks ago, the audience support through my subs allowed me to get a new camera. And they know that. So like give them that validation of your support of me allows me to keep going. And
Yes,
they'll celebrate with you.
absolutely. That's really sweet.